Tua was absolutely awesome in his second start. His first start was a bit of a weird one. He was awesome in his second. Let's just jump into it. The play you see on the screen, it's going to be a cover 3 zone. And the way this play is going to work for Miami is that they're going to run play action and have a tight end run over the middle. This is a very basic concept you will run against, especially a cover 3 zone. There's less people over the middle than in a cover 2, so there's going to be more gaps in coverage, and you can get linebackers out of position and hopefully throw over them, or at least the gaps in coverage will be wider. And once this ball is snapped, Tua's going to be on the run here, and as you see, this is not exactly what Miami was hoping for when they decided to run this play. They were kind of hoping that really the linebacker who I've circled in black wouldn't get back as quick as he's getting back. He's doing a great job of clogging up the throwing lane. So for Tua, he wants to be able to make this throw, but it's obviously difficult. He can't make it right now, and he is going to have to wait a little bit until his tight end can get open and get more into a gap in coverage. And for Tua, he can't really just stop and make a throw with his feet planted the way he might want, because there is pressure coming from his blind side, which is to his right. And so he's kind of in a tough situation. He's going to have to make a throw on the run, but this can work out and be a pretty big gain if he can successfully make it. And watch what Tua is able to do. He is able to make this throw on the run, and they're able to get a pretty big completion, get the ball inside the 20-yard line. And that's a big play. And I really feel like I was very impressed with Tua's mobility a lot throughout this game. On this next one, you'll see something else I was very impressed with, and that's just going to be his ability to make big plays. This is going to be, again, same coverage, cover 3, and he has a receiver running a deep route, which, again, this is good against this type of coverage, because what you see on the screen isn't exactly just how it is naturally. You usually have two cornerbacks who kind of line up on the line, but then go very far deep. So it is cover 3, but it's not like what you see on the screen. So basically, a receiver can get open over the top towards the sideline, since there is only one safety who is back right now. Tua's going to take the snap. He's going to look up, and this isn't anything wide open. This is one of those 50-50 balls, but he trusts his receiver, and he is going to take a chance here. And to me, this is the correct decision to make. His receiver does have inside leverage, which is important in this type of play. And also, just the fact that in today's NFL, 50-50 balls really are like 70-30 balls in favor of the offense, the way that really, pass interference favors the offense these days. But also watch this throw. I mean, this is just an absolute dime right there. You can't ask for anything better than that. That's just a great throw. And that's, again, what Tua can do. There was a flag on the defense on this play, and they're still able to get the huge completion. And again, that's something you didn't necessarily see week 1. It's something you would see in Alabama, and it's super awesome to see it here. Not week 1, but his first game. And it's super awesome to see it here against Arizona. I also thought he was making some good reads. Like on this play, it's again going to be zone coverage. It's a 3rd down and 7 in a goal line situation. So you obviously need at least the 7 yards. If you get inside the 2, that's good too. But obviously you'd like the touchdown if you can get it. And the way this play works for Miami is they have 2 players, one wide receiver, one tight end, who are going to be running deeper routes, and then you have another receiver sort of run underneath. And the hope here is that as these players are running the routes that they're running, it's just going to get Arizona players to only be able to cover one of the guys in their zone, because there's a receiver running underneath who's going to be in both of those 2 Arizona players' zone. And I think really the ideal situation is that one of those Arizona players takes away the underneath man, and then Tua can throw over the top and get into the end zone. The other thing that could happen, which is still a positive but isn't quite as ideal, would just be that both Arizona players take away the deeper guys until they get help over the top, and then Miami's receivers able to get open underneath. Tua would still then hit him, but you're probably not going to gain as much yards. You might not be able to get a first down that way, so it's a bit risky to make that throw. Once the ball is snapped, you notice that first a guy draws on the screen for a second, and then you notice that the play is working out the way I said the second thing could happen, where both Arizona players, you can't see the other guy, but you can at least see one of them in the black circle. He's taking away a Miami player deep, but the one key thing he's doing, and the thing he's doing wrong, is he isn't doing a great job at passing off that Miami player to a player who is further deep, and then making sure he takes away anyone underneath. So this now means that Tua he should have thrown it to the player in the yellow circle either way, but this now means that it's an easy decision to make, and also it could really work out. Tua's going to make the correct read here, and they're able to get a touchdown on this play, which it might not have been had it been covered a little bit better from Arizona, but at the same time, give Tua credit for making the correct read. Again, it's not this incredibly high degree of difficulty type play, but at the same time, he's still making the correct read, and you see a lot of rookie quarterbacks when they enter the league, just think touchdown, 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 and throw it to the deep guy no matter how well he's getting covered. Good for Tua to sort of, make the mature play, which I think is very important. Speaking of mature plays, this one was fantastic. I love this play. As you see on the screen, it's going to be a screen pass, okay? The easiest play a quarterback can make, right? I mean, that's typically what you think, is because it's not obviously always that case, but it's a pretty high percentage play of at least getting the ball to that player, and then your rest of your teammates are going to do most of the work. But once the ball is snapped, this is not working out too well for Miami for a couple of reasons. For one, you see that 43, he's doing a pretty good job of really just stepping in between the screen pass and where Tua is. So if Tua makes this throw, it could get batted up, and, who knows? It could get intercepted. Like, that is possible. That absolutely could happen. The other flip side is that you see that an Arizona linebacker and an offensive lineman, the one I've circled sort of in the bottom right-hand corner, the linebacker is doing a great job of getting the outside leverage to where 26 probably would not be able to run to the outside. He'd probably have to cut it back to the middle if he doesn't get tackled immediately, and he's probably not going to gain yards on this play. So essentially, Arizona just did an incredible job at the beginning of this play of just completely making it a play that's not going to work out for Miami. And again, what do so many young quarterbacks do? They make this throw regardless of how bad it's working out. But Tua, one of the big thing he got praised for in college was that he made incredible reads, and he kind of looked like an NFL quarterback out there in college. And he's looking like an NFL quarterback out there in the NFL. He's going to just throw it into the ground. Looks like it actually might have hit his offensive lineman, which I don't think he was trying to do. So that's maybe a little bit not great, because I specifically remember a Blake Bortles throwaway that went off an offensive lineman's foot and ended up getting intercepted. But the chances of that happening are next to zero, and obviously a very mature play to just throw the ball away. A lot of young quarterbacks want to be the hero on every play. It takes a very special quarterback to just do the right thing, and that's what Tua did there. I also got to talk about this play. So one of the key things on this play is that you're going to see the right guard and right tackle. They each have an assigned man to block, which makes sense, but what Arizona's doing is they're actually going to kind of fool Miami here a little bit, where they're going to have a linebacker blitz in between them, and since Miami isn't empty right here, and they weren't prepared for this now means that player is going to get completely free to the quarterback, which you could argue is maybe, a mistake. Maybe you shouldn't have this kind of situation happen to begin with. If Arizona has 5 guys on the line already, maybe you do want to bring a halfback in or something just in case someone blitzes. But at the end of the day, these kind of things do happen no matter where you're at in your NFL career. And once this play starts, you notice it's immediate trouble right here. And also keep in mind, this is 3rd down and 4. So you don't want to give the ball right back to Arizona, especially when you're down 7 early on in the 4th quarter. You really want to make sure you get this first down right here. But again, there's pressure immediately. So what do you do? If you asked me, honestly, I would probably say throw the ball away or take the sack, punt the ball away, and just hope you can get a stop on defense. That's honestly what I probably would have said. Tua is not going to do that. Tua is going to do something else instead, and he's going to try to make a move and get around that player. And typically, this ends in disaster. But watch how Tua is able to sidestep him and get to a decent situation. But again, there's another Arizona player who's looking like he's about to take Tua's head off right here. I mean, that's what it's looking like. And I think that actually plays to Tua's advantage. It looks like either two things. He's expecting Tua to slide, or if Tua doesn't slide, he wants to take his head off. One of those two things. And Tua's going to take advantage of it. Watch how Tua just makes a move and is able to pick up the first down on a 3rd down and 4. And that's kind of what you love about rookies, is they're kind of too young to know better, right? Where it seems like sometimes these veterans, they would just throw it away or take the sack and say whatever. But sometimes it's good to have a young player who's willing to take chances like that, especially in that situation when it was the correct time to take a chance. Whereas earlier on in the game, I felt like he was doing a good job of not taking unnecessary chances. So also understanding situational football and understanding when you should try to make moves like that. And so I like that play. Honestly, my only small nitpick I had from Tua's game was I thought there was a couple of sacks he took that to me looked like he didn't have to take them, and he took them anyways. But that's a very small nitpick, and you can make that argument with basically every young quarterback. You can still make that argument about some veterans. So definitely an impressive game, to say the least, from the rookie. So yeah, that's what I thought. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.